Learn VR MR. Come to the Spatial XR community.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Unity Meta Quest Development Series tutorial. In this tutorial, I will introduce how to import the Meta XR SDK into Unity for development. The SDK stands for Software Development Kit, which provides a set of ready-made modules to help us develop more conveniently. In this series, we will use the Meta XR SDK for development, which is the official SDK from Meta specifically designed for developing applications for the Meta Quest series of headsets. You can find and download the Meta XR SDK from the Unity Asset Store. To access the Unity Asset Store, you can open your web browser and search for Unity Asset Store in the search engine. Once you open the Unity Asset Store webpage, you can search for Meta in the search bar. On the resulting page, you will see some asset packages with the Meta logo on their cover images. These are the Meta XR SDK packages. It is important to note that the Meta XR SDK is not a single SDK, but a collective term for all SDKs released by Meta. Meta has split different functional modules into separate SDKs. And we can import the corresponding SDKs based on our needs to achieve the desired functionalities. For example, the Meta XR Interaction SDK is specifically designed for interaction functionalities, such as grabbing objects, raycasting for UI interactions, and movement within XR applications. If you want to develop applications that involve these interaction features, you can use this SDK. Another example is the Meta MR Utility Kit, abbreviated as MRUK, which is specifically designed for MR, mixed reality application development. For instance, if you want to obtain data from the real-world space and enable collisions between virtual and real objects, like throwing a virtual ball against a real wall and having it bounce back, you would need to use the MR functionalities provided by Meta. If you want to learn more about the specific functionalities of these different SDKs, you can visit the official Meta developer documentation, select Unity, and scroll down to find downloads. By clicking on it, you will see an interface that displays the functionalities of different SDKs. For example, you can find the Meta XR MR Utility Kit and click Learn More to see what has been updated in the current version. What has been fixed, and what functional modules this SDK is responsible for. If you are unsure which SDKs you need for your desired functionalities, you can directly import the Meta XR All-in-One SDK, which is a comprehensive package that integrates most of Meta's SDKs into one asset package. By importing this single package, Unity will automatically import all the other SDKs referenced within it. I can show you the interface of the All-in-One SDK now. At the time of recording this video, the All-in-One SDK has been updated to version v72, and it supports a minimum Unity version of 2021.3.261. You can find detailed information about the All-in-One SDK on the store page. If you have not imported the Meta XR All-in-One SDK before, you can click this button, which will prompt you to log in to your Unity account and then add this asset package to your Unity asset library. Later, you can import the asset packages stored in your library into your Unity projects. Now I will introduce how to import it. Since I have already added it before, the button here will show that you can open this asset package in Unity. First, let's open the Unity Hub software, which is used to manage different versions of the Unity editor. We can create Unity projects through the Unity editor and subsequently develop our own projects within these Unity projects. First, you need to install the Unity editor on your computer. You can click the Install button in Unity Hub, and this page will display the versions of the Unity editor that you have previously installed. If you have not installed any before, you can click the Install Editor button here and choose a version to install. I recommend installing versions with the LTS suffix, as they are long-term supported versions of Unity and are relatively more stable. After selecting a version, click the Install button and make sure to import Android Build Support, which is the Android packaging module. Since the Meta XR system is based on Android, you need to select this Android packaging module in order to package your developed programs into APK files for the Android platform and then deploy them to the Meta XR system to run your applications. Therefore, Android Build Support is a must-select option. After ensuring that Android Build Support is selected, click Continue. And Unity will automatically install the selected version of the Unity editor. If you have already installed some versions of Unity before, you will see an Android tag here after selecting Android Build Support. If you have previously installed a Unity editor but did not install the Android packaging module, you can find your Unity editor here. Click the gear button and select Add Modules to add the Android packaging module on this page. Since I have already installed the Unity editor, I can now create a new Unity project. Click the Project button and then New Project. Here you can select a version of the Unity editor. I will choose the 2022.3 20F1 version. Although Unity is currently promoting its Unity 6000 version, considering that many students following this tutorial are still using versions prior to Unity 6000, and that Unity 6000, being a newly released version, may not be very stable, we recommend using a relatively stable version. The 2022 LTS version is quite stable, and many open source Unity projects on the market are still using older versions of Unity. So using this 2022 version is a good choice. Of course, you need to ensure that the version of the Unity editor you choose meets the minimum version requirements of the Meta XR SDK. Now, I will switch to the 2022 version. In the middle area here, we need to select a development template, mainly choosing a rendering pipeline. For this 2022 version, the default selection is 3D built-in render pipeline. And another commonly used rendering pipeline is Universal 3D, which is Unity's URP rendering pipeline. I recommend using the URP rendering pipeline because it generally consumes less performance and provides better visual quality compared to the default 3D rendering pipeline. Moreover, Unity officially also recommends using the URP rendering pipeline. Therefore, we will select Universal 3D as the development template. On the right side of this area, we can make some project settings. For example, I can change the name of the Unity project to Meta XR Tutorial. And here you can set which path on your computer the project will be created in. I will not select Connect to Unity Cloud, meaning I will not use Unity's cloud service. After setting everything up, we can click Create Project, and Unity will create a new project, which will take a moment.